What's up, DreamNation? It's your boy Casanova. What are the 3 key factors in building meaningful relationships that can help you be successful in life and business? What's up, family? Thank you for tuning in to the DreamNation podcast. My name is Casanova. I'll be your host, and I'm excited to be bringing to you entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and trailblazers from around the world. Stay locked in with us because we're about to go on a journey that will change your life. Relationships are everything. A lot of the times we're talking about how you can get started, starting a business online, how you can start a business offline, how you can become a real estate investor. All of these different things are great, right? And you find your path and you decide what you want to do. But the one key component to all of that is relationships, because they go hand in hand. If you have the right relationships, you can conquer anything that you want. I always like to think of this as a metaphor. And I remember in my high school track days, my coach would always tell me, sprint, maintain, go faster. And that was really big, and it's going to be a key piece for you to understand right now. When you're building relationships, there's going to be 3 different phases of it, and you often want to think of it like a funnel, right? You start out in the beginning, and let's look at this in the track world. When you think of it like a funnel, when you sprint, everybody gets out of the gates as fast as they can. But then as you're running, some people start to fall off, right? But you have to continue to maintain. And then in the end, you see that only one person wins, and then the other people are lagging behind. Sometimes it's a close race. A lot of the times it's not, right? So let's put that into terms of how do you build relationships. The first one, when you talk about sprint, I always like to think of this as getting out of the gates quick or initiate. It's your initial speed. So with that, you're thinking about, okay, I need to make as many contacts as possible. I need to run as fast as possible. Think about it. The more contacts that you make, especially whether it's business or if it's just life, that's the more opportunities that you have to build relationships. That's new ideas that you have. That is fresh content that you have. That is more business that you can get. There's so many different things. So when you're sprinting, you have to be thinking about how many more new contacts can I make every single day, right? And when you're thinking about these things of how many contacts, think about what is my purpose? Where am I trying to go with this? Am I trying to get a new job? Well, then I need to figure out what are the job fairs that are out there, right? If that's what you're trying to do. Am I trying to get the word out about my new book that's coming out? Okay, well, what are the mediums when it comes to podcasts, when it comes to TV shows, when it comes to radio shows? Who are the contacts that I can make? Because somebody already has my audience. Somebody already has the people that I'm trying to surround myself with in their circle. So you have to figure out how many more contacts can you make. And I know there's the song out there, Drake, right? There's no new friends, but you can't live off of that analogy, because just like I tell people in real estate, business and life as well is a contact sport. The more contacts that you make every single day, the more opportunities that will lead to, as long as you're making genuine contacts and you're coming from a level of value. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But number 2, we're going to get into, once you sprinted, and that's great, you've made a lot of new contacts. Well, as time goes on, these contacts hopefully will become friends, right? More than a little bit of acquaintances. So they'll become friends. And now you have the maintaining part. So what that means is, how do you continue to touch these people? Now, social media, in a lot of ways, it can be a distraction, but in this way, it can really become a positive platform for you. Why? It's because a lot of the times people are putting their lives out there on social media, whether it's their kids, whether it's their new job opportunity, whether they're about to travel, whether it's some new marketing opportunity or network marketing business that they're in. It doesn't matter what it is. They're putting their life out there. So now if you can figure out, hey, here's how I can be of value to you. If they say, hey, we just started our own business, maybe you understand social media. And so you say, okay, hey, I know you just started your own business. You maybe don't have a lot of money. I've been doing social media. I would love to help you guys out for at least the first 90 days just to get your feet off the ground. And then maybe if you like the service, then we can look at paying or something like that, right? So you start to maintain those relationships, and you could do it through social media. But what's the challenge that's going to come with that? Well, the challenge is you're going to find a lot of people in life, as you've maintained those friendships and those relationships, they don't want to go further. So what does that mean? That means that not that they're bad people, but they've become content. They've become comfortable with where they are in life. And so that's something that you're going to grow frustrated with. A lot of the times we want to start new business adventures. We want to start a podcast. We want to do something that we've never done before, which is going to stretch us. So who are the people who we go to first? We go to our family, we go to our friends. Well, a lot of the times they don't have the same mindset as us. Right? Maybe they're working a 9-to-5 and they're just comfortable. They're saying, wait, you're going to leave this security to go start your own thing? That seems crazy to me, especially if you have a pension or a 401k that has a lot of money in it, or you just recently got a promotion, right? So you have to understand that not everybody's going to be on that path. And while you're maintaining, there's a lot of love there, but there's not a lot of growth there. And so you have to understand that if you want growth, change has to come. There is no growth without change, and there's no change without pain or some type of loss. So a lot of the times the toughest thing for us is to let go of those people who are currently in our circle or in the past were in our circle, because we feel like we're just giving up on them, but yet that keeps us stagnant to where we don't go after our dreams as much as we know we could. Or it feels like that we're very frustrated because our circle, our environment of which we knew is not as supportive as we would have hoped. So we feel like, rather than going after it and maybe creating this friction and leaving these people behind, I'll just stay in it and hopefully I'll start to change them. Right? Well, the reality of it is you got to work on changing yourself. You got to work on you and then just hope and pray that they'll come along. You're not going to get somebody else to just come out and change, because they didn't have the experiences that you've had. Their mind isn't where yours is right now. So you got to be comfortable with, hey, we've been maintaining for a while. We know that the love is going to stay there, but now it's time for me to go faster. And so what does that look like? Going faster. This requires for you to go to another level, but it also requires for you to get a little bit of a new circle. What are the ways that you can go faster, whether you're in business or whether you're in life? Well, I always like to tell people to look at right now, what are you currently using? Right? If you're using social media, a lot of these places, they started out as networks, social networks. Facebook started out as a social network. LinkedIn started out as a social network. So find the groups among these social networks. Even Twitter, you're looking at hashtags. You can find exactly what it is that you're passionate about using that hashtag and pop in the conversation. And this is how you find people that are going to have a like mindset. This is how you're going to find people that are going to be just as driven. This is how you find people that are looking for you. Look at Facebook groups if you're new into business, and look at something for small business owners of San Francisco, right? Small business owners of Chicago, Illinois, of Omaha, Nebraska. Just look at those groups. Now you can start to communicate with those people, and then you can start to build relationships. Now you got somebody else that's going to hold you accountable. You got somebody else that's going to push you. You got somebody else that's going to continue to inspire you, right? All of these things is how you go faster. Well, if you think about it, at the end of a race, let's use this analogy that I always like to think of in the stories is, if you look at marathons, you look at who are the people who normally win those marathons. A lot of the times it's Kenyans and Africans. And why do they? Well, the reality of it is because they're such a close-knit tribe and they don't allow other people to penetrate that tribe. Now, I think that I've read that 90% of all marathons have been won by Kenyans, right? Which is a crazy, crazy stat. And look this up. I would encourage you to. But if you think about why that is, it's just because they motivate each other. A lot of the times, once they go and they win the Olympics or the gold, they then come back to their tribe, which is something that you're going to have an opportunity to do as well. You're going to come back to your community. Everything that you're learning at conferences, everything you're learning at networking events, now you can bring that back to your circle. You can empower them. You can encourage them. And that allows them to be exposed. That allows them to have another level of excitement and of hope. So you have to go faster, and a lot of times when you're going faster, what does that look like? That looks like you're leaving other people behind. But you can't be afraid of that, because that means that for you, you're getting that much closer to your finish line. And you don't want to think about it as an end, but you want to think about it as, I'm creating separation so I can have more success. And that success is whatever it means to you. So this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. This does not require any skills. This does not require any talent. Yes, you will have to work on your communication. You will have to work on your level of abundance when it comes to mindset. But at the same time, this is something that anyone can focus on, building relationships and serving other people. Right now, I don't know what stage you're in, whether it's a sprint, whether it's a maintain, or whether you're focusing on going faster. I would hope that that's where you are right now, but you could just be starting out. You have to assess that for you, but most importantly, continuously assess. Every 3 months, every 6 months, who are the people that are in your circle? They say that your network is your net worth. So for you, you have to figure out, how can I build more relationships? How can I build more meaningful relationships? And how can I use those relationships to push me not only directly as far as where I want to go in life, but also pushing me as far as where I can go in life? That's my tips for you all today. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel that relationships have been your key to success? Have you had a relationship that has propelled you to where you are today? I always love to hear the feedback. Go ahead, drop a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. We'll see you soon, DreamNation. Hey guys, thank you for sticking with me and watching this video. Now, if you've gotten any value out of this video, I want you to do me a favor. I need you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also turn on those bell notifications. What that's gonna do is it's gonna tell you whenever I drop more heat just like this video. And make sure that you hit that like button, because that's gonna let the YouTube gods know that more people need to be seeing this video. I appreciate you watching, and as a token of my appreciation, I dropped a couple more videos for you to take a look at in the meantime until I drop more heat. Remember, in the dream we trust, but you gotta take action. Otherwise, that dream that you have will only merely be a fantasy.